All right, we're gonna do it from the back position here. We got Tom. I'm gonna start where he's facing the opposite way. I'm gonna get my hooks in. The hooks in are to keep him from turning right side or left side, for me to keep him in that control, because I don't want him turning all the way towards me, because then I'm just gonna be the guard, and then we gotta work different positions from there. So this is one of the chokes. What we're gonna do is you're gonna take one hand and either put it under here or the other hand and put it under here. So we'll just put the left hand under. I'm gonna grab the left side collar. I'm gonna kind of open it up, because sometimes I'll have the gi kind of like this position, or if it's a street fight, I'm gonna have to unbutton the jacket and rip it out. So if it's a button, this will unbutton pretty quickly. If it's a zipper, it may not work as well. The secondary hand's gonna go over the top of the shoulders like this, and the open hand on the first one's gonna feed the material into the grip. So I'm gonna focus on getting the good grip from here. Ideally, I want to start leaning him back right away and creating that arch, but let me explain the movements first. Then I'm going to let go of this hand, because I don't need to have it there. It was just there to feed up this collar to the opposite hand. Now it's going to grab the opposite collar, and I'm going to snug it in a downward fashion. And then what I'm going to do is the hand that's on top, it's going to pull toward that way while I arch back on him. He's going to tap when it hurts, and then I'll stop at that point. So there's your choke from there. If he's like, say he gets one or both feet out, go ahead and get one foot out. It doesn't matter. Now here he can't start turning toward me, so I'm gonna immediately turn him to the ground and get him in the side position, and then I'm gonna wrench it. If he gets the other foot out, doesn't matter. I'm gonna still turn, arch him, and then get him in that choke position. We're gonna do the same thing from the other side. That was with the left hand under, the right hand over, like this position here. We don't want, for this drill, both hands up or both hands down. Hooks are in. I have this hand on the underside first. It's gonna grab the same side collar and kind of open it up. So the hand that goes over can feed, grab, and then I'm pulling in to a good gripped position here. So I'm happy at this point. This can just be a hold, which is the seatbelt position here, but we're gonna feed it in for here. The second hand here, or the first hand that opened up, it's gonna go to the opposite side. It's gonna dig up and push down. And then from here, I'm gonna lean back, arch, and pull it and twist till he chokes. I can also lean him to the side, stretch, arch, use my hips to get him out and create the tap from there. Or if he gets one or both feet out, I immediately go to that side and I work the arch with my hip. So what I'm trying to do once I'm behind him, I'm hip thrusting him while I'm pulling it back. What we wanna do on the neck is we wanna think of it if you're ringing those older mops. That's the same idea. We're trying to take this and go in opposition of each other. So I'm gonna have Tom do it to me, but we're gonna face this way. He's gonna get his hooks in. He's gonna put one hand under the armpit, and he's gonna feed that sleeve into the opposite hand. I already feel it tighten up at that point. And he grabs the opposite side, leans back and squeezes, and I already feel the choke. He's gonna do the same thing, but fall to whatever hand's on top side. So if this hand's on top, he's gonna fall that way. And it's choking in that process. He does the opposite side with the lean or without the lean. Now this hand's on top, he's gonna lean that way. Good. And if I get lucky enough to get one foot out, right, he can still lean to one side. And then if he has a foot out, he's gonna have to thrust the hips forward to arch my back more, to keep me from turning toward him. So you kind of feel how it's already squeezing as I'm talking. So the idea is get this collar open, feed it over, go one way, pull down on the opposite way, and you can almost choke yourself from that position. Work on that one.